content calendars are very helpful. And influencers. Another tip is to use other influencers, people that have many followers on social media. You can actually contact them and say, hey, if you post my product or something about me, like can you reply, can you repost, can you post on your story? And that way you can leverage their followers to your followers. So if you want to create more followers on your social media account. The next thing, influencers, curate your content. So it's very important that you create content that is unique and relevant to the times. So creating unique content means that you are creating something special. Like, sure, like maybe the picture that you took is not very well done, but just make sure next time then you have a special photo. For example, here is my cup of tea with my lips. So maybe I can create a picture. Look, it's like a heart. So maybe I take a picture of that because it looks like a heart, and then I curate the content and say, well, right now I'm sending you lots of love, take care of your nutrition, like whatever idea. So curate your content and make sure it's relevant to the times. Because right now people are worried about the health, people are worried about lockdown. So cater to that. So give them things that they can do, that they can use for their mental health during lockdown, for their immune system, to protect themselves from diseases that exist or that don't exist, if you know what I mean. And Alvin knows what I'm talking about. But anyway.
Yes, and on that point, Neni, did you know that the most used hashtag in Instagram is hashtag love, right? So if you did that photo with the love heart, right, with the lipstick, hashtag love,
I'm ready.
So you will reach more people just by having hashtag love. So when people search hashtag love, they'll find your post.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I bought my little there's a little photo booth sticks. I bought mine in LA, and I told Neni about it. She went out and bought some. So they're awesome. Great little top.
Absolutely, I am ready for everything. Yes. So anyway, that is about content, curating your content. The other thing that you can do is you create shops and then promote your shop, right? You can create a shop in Etsy. You can create a shop. You can create a Printful. Like drop shipping is very popular now. Printful is a international website that you can create products there, design your upload your picture that goes into their products, like a mug or a bag or something, a t-shirt, whatever you want, and you can bundle that with your product and service, and you can create a product on Printful, create a free Etsy shop, and then link them and then promote your shop online. So that's another tip. Create shop on Printful and Etsy and promote it on your social media. And then script writing. So actually, that's something that I really love to do. During the beginning of the pandemic, actually before the pandemic, I started a video series called a guide for entrepreneurs. This is before the pandemic started. I didn't even know this is happening, and I started creating a whole training on guiding entrepreneurs how to launch their company. And I started creating the scripts. So I would prepare the script. This is what I'm going to say at the beginning. This is what I'm going to say. So blah blah blah, and you write it in a little text, and then I would say the video. So that was really helpful. I really loved that. It was very, very curated show, and I'm going to continue it after things calm down a little bit, because it's not relevant for people. So that's why you change, right? Remember, I talked about changing. So the content changes as things change in the life and in the world. So I changed, and then I stopped that, and I'll continue it later. But I'm ready. So I created scripts, and script writing for video is very helpful. It's really good, and I would encourage you to play with it. For example, you're going to present yourself. You say, okay, I'm going to say this, and that. You write it, you put it in front of you, and then you speak it. So that's a very good way to use script writing. And lastly, templates. Templates are very good. I have a template for my quotes. So I'm sure Aldwyn has templates for, one of those messages that she makes, like the hearts, for the love and the animal awareness news and all that stuff. She has templates that are empty, and then when she has a new content, she just plugs in the text.
Yes.
And she may use different applications. She automates it, and then she posts it whenever it's relevant. So I would encourage you also to create templates. Templates are very helpful because then you save time, right? You don't have to create it all every single time. Now we're going into trends. And trends trends are, so this is very good, very good. Let me just show you here in the Zoom the trends. Photos. Trends.
There's a question here too from Caroline.
Yeah.
Question here from Caroline. She says, read video. Can we do it on our phone, or do we need to get more sophisticated software? And if so, can you recommend the best microphone headsets, etc.?
Yes. So I would recommend to do most of the social media on your phone, meaning, well, it depends on the social media, right? Like if you have Instagram, of course, it's better on your phone. It's easy, it's fast. But Facebook Studio Creator actually is one of the links that I'm going to share with you in a minute. Facebook launched something called Creator Studio, which now you can actually share. You can actually post from the web on Facebook and also on Instagram. So you don't need the phone for posting on Instagram and Facebook anymore. But I would recommend mostly use your phone. For YouTube, for example, I actually upload things on my phone, and sometimes I upload things on the web as well. And in regards of the microphone, if you have an updated, maybe a phone from at the most 2 years ago, your video camera and your phone is actually enough for any content creation on social media. If you have a my laptop actually is from 2014, I believe, and my microphone and the video camera from my laptop is an Apple product. It's actually very good still quality for my social media content. So you don't need anything special, but if you want to use a special mic, I use for my recording, as it's professional, okay? It's a condenser mic that I love, and it's from the iRig series or iRig product. Hold on, let me just so that you can see me. It's from iRig company, and it's very nice. I don't have it outside right now, but it's really good. And it's a little mic that plugs in your USB in your computer. But if you want a mic for your phone, then you need something that plugs into your phone, that depending on if you use what kind of technology you use for your phone, Android or Google or Apple. But if it's for your computer, I would use the iRig one. It's a very good one, and any latest technology on microphone will be good. If you want to have an external camera on your phone, all the social media platforms allow for external audio and video inputs, so you can just configure it right there. If you want to be more professional, sure, you can connect it. My favorite, there are plenty of video cameras, but my favorite one, because it has a great audio quality, is the GoPro version. And the GoPros connect very well. Yours is good for content creation outside. They're small, they're tiny, they're resistant. They're made for outdoor sports and extreme sports, so they're very resistant. They're a little expensive, but even if you get one from 2 years ago, it's absolutely amazing. And they're like tiny like this, so you can, they're very portable. So those are the recommendations. But going back to the trends, the trends these days are the following. Let me go back to the photos.
Great tips there, Neni. And I would just add to that, I have this little Samsung mic here, Samsung mic, which I plug into my laptop, and it's just a little portable mic that you can just fold up. I want something portable for travel, you can just fold it up like that. and I was recommended to get that. People use it for podcasting. Rode is a great brand, RODE, and Logitech webcams are also really good. So there's a few tips on those.
Yeah, all the technology right now, any technology that you get right now, like this day, is going to be great. Like everything works, and if you get it depends on your budget. If you have budget for something more expensive, just get something a little more expensive that you get better quality. But still, you can pay for very, very low price things on Amazon, and absolutely you can get good stuff. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so the trends. So 3D. 3D is like virtual reality and things that are in 3D, like videos and actually some emoji icons and things that are generating now. Like, have you seen, I don't know if you've seen the Apple version of the emoji icon. So you can actually, if you go into my social media, maybe later, like if you go in the back couple months, I think I created an icon where I was talking and it was me and it was an animation. And I was doing it in 3D, and those are some trendy things. 3D, vivid colors, and gradients. Gradients are very, very popular right now. Motion, so things that are in motion, videos, animation, and then also the fonts. And so colors, what's trending. This is the fall season. Maybe in the places where there are seasons, then you can cater to the colors of the season. Like right now in Australia is what you're leaving the summer, you're leaving the winter right now, right? You're going into spring, right? Yeah.
What are we going? Yeah, I think we're in spring, are we?
Yeah, you're in spring, right? Yeah, you're in spring right now. Yeah, so you're in spring, so you're just spring colors, spring season, right? Like in the US.
Spring.
Yeah, so in the East Coast it's like fall time, so you can use the fall colors. But in Los Angeles it's always sunny, so it's always summer clothes. But it is getting colder, and the fonts. So right now trending is very skinny, thin fonts. Right now that's trending. Another thing that's trending is the stories. Stories are trending, so make sure that you generate stories like left and right. Stories are things that you can post on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and actually now a little bit some stuff going on YouTube that is adapting, but they only stay there for 15 seconds and they go to the next, and they only stay there for 24 hours. So it's a short 15-second video of a static photo or a video, and it stays there for 24 hours. The next day it's gone. So stories are very popular because they show up on the top top of the screen of your social media, and it grabs the attention of people. So that's very, very trendy. Voiceover. So as you have probably seen many videos where as you hear the voice, it's also typed in the bottom. And the reason that is because a lot of people cannot have their audio on, so they put it in the bottom as a voiceover so that people can read it without having thank you, Caroline. So that you can have the read the content. And then one useful tool for this is an app on the iPhone called Clips. If you go into Clips app, which is a free app native to Apple, you can actually record a video, and as you record the video, you tell it to put subtitles, and as you record you can have already a recorded video and speak over it. And in the Clips app, you can remove the audio from the video, and it tell them to do the subtitles, and it actually speaks what you're saying, and it's really, really helpful. I do it, and my business for entrepreneurs series actually has this feature. And then the next thing that's trending is taking your customer behind the scene. So you can do like content where you take them, let me just change here. Yep. Where you take them behind the scenes, you show them the backstage, you show them how you do things, like, how, this is a secret pathway to, like, for example, last week I was in Boston for a singing event. Actually, I sang also for Aldwyn in a special show for animal for the doggy shelters, but I stayed in a special place that had a special history. So I decided to do a behind the scenes and tell the story of the hotel where I was staying. And so I took my audience to that little back door so that they can see that. So those are different other ideas for content creation that are trending. The other thing, of course, live videos are trending. Being live, anywhere in all the platforms is very trendy. And the next thing is joining the e-commerce. I just told you about Printful and Etsy. So joining e-commerce is very trendy. So even if you have a product and service that is actually just consulting or anything like that, it will behoove you to not create maybe a mug or let me see if I don't have my mug here today, but I have a mug with my logo, so I can say, well, I do that in Etsy, my Etsy shop, and my Printful, and what I do is I live your dreams brand, and I tell them, well, if you buy my product, you're gonna get this mug, or if you want it, like my clients may know me and they want to buy my product, buy a mug that says Neni, live your dreams, so they buy it from there. So it's another way of getting some revenue, and you do posts on your social media promoting these e-commerce products that you don't have to create or fulfill or anything. Printful and Etsy take care of everything. They ship directly when they order. And then lastly, e-wallets, like make sure that you use electronic payments like PayPal and Venmo and Chime. I don't know what other systems are in Australia and all around the world, like Revolut in France. They have other kinds of stuff, but that's very trendy. And lastly, so then I have a few links that I wanted to share. Actually, let me see. I think what I'll do, can I send this? I'm gonna send these links, Aldwyn, to your messenger. Can you post it on the chat?
Sure.
Yes.
I can do that. This is being streamed to the Mass Media Tribe group on Facebook. So within the group, I know there's a few people watching there. Thank you those that have joined us. See Tony Lontis, we spoke about her earlier. She's on here. Tony D.
Yes, I'm going to share these links. So I just shared a few things. So if you can share what I just sent you in the messenger in the chat.
Sure.
The first one is a link to a motivational quotes. And yes, the first one is a link to the motivational quotes. So these are ideas that you can take any of these motivational quotes, even some of these images, and post them on your content. The next one is keyword searches for your hashtags and for your content. So this link is a website that you actually type, for example, let's say your product is chocolate, or your service is media coverage. So you type media coverage and it actually tells you all the trending questions that are going online. So then you just basically create content for those questions. So like, for example, let's say it's chocolate. Say, well, where to get chocolate? How to make chocolate cake? So then you actually post there all the different things. So that's the second link. The third link, it's actually an article about 10 tips, 10 simple ways to instantly jazz brand your Instagram feed. So it's actually a little tip for Instagram, and it's an article that I thought it would be very good for you guys. The next one is not a link, it's just a website called Lead Tags, and leadtags.com. It's an app called Leetags. Lead Tags is an app that you can download for both your Android and your Apple, and you can find out what are the trending hashtags that you can use for your social media content. And lastly is the Facebook Creator Studio link, that where you can create content for Instagram and Facebook on the web. So those are the links that I wanted to share with you. And if did you share them already? Yeah, probably, right? Yeah.
Yes,
so,
I shared them in the chat on the Zoom and also on the Facebook group.
Awesome. So that is, let me see here if I can also share them on the chat and here for myself. There you go. Yeah, excellent. And the last thing I wanted to share, so those are the links that are going to be very helpful for you. And lastly, I have a last page that is sort of like, let me switch it again. Yep, and switch it back. Excellent. So these are sort of like in summary. In summary, I wanted to share this. And so in general, for content creation, I would say create quotes and post them. Any of the platforms. In YouTube, create a video with quotes where you talk about it, what you think about it. Facebook, you have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is more for business. Twitter, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have all kinds of, you have TikTok as well. There's also videos, and you have YouTube. That's also videos. So put quotes in the content. Use patterns and color palettes that are unique for yourself. Decide on which pattern you want to use, which color palettes you're going to use, and stick to that. Choose multiple platforms to post your content. Use cartoons, emoji-icons, and emojis to in the text, in the images, and in the posts, and that will create a lot of attention. Make sure you use a lot of video. Post your IGTV and post on YouTube. And you can share if you post on your IGTV, it can share automatically to your Instagram feed, and also you can share it to your story. And if you link your Instagram with your Facebook, it will also share automatically to your Facebook page or your Facebook profile. Use Over, Clips, and Filmer. These are the apps that I prefer on my phone to create content for social media. Over is my favorite so far. And Clips is for videos, and Filmer and Clips are both for creating videos out of photos. So I love them. They're very simple to use, and they're free, and it's fantastic. I love them. And photo ideas, I give you photo ideas. Use faces, bright colors, shocking things, funny things, and do lots of lives. Do a live a week and do a consistent schedule. Remember the routine. Have a live per week. And finally, my favorite word, created by no other than Aldwyn, is the be Googleicious. Be Googleicious and create hashtags, be discoverable, create hashtags and keywords and everything else. So I hope this was not too long. Let me see. I hope this was not too long.
That was awesome. Awesome, Neni. Thank you so much. Thank you. Big round of applause for Neni. Yay.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Amazing content as always. And thankfully we can go back and watch the replay, because I'm sure there's a lot that we didn't catch there. So
yes,
super helpful. Thank you very much, Caroline says. Now we have some giveaways. So I would like to share my screen now. If you have questions for Neni, pop them in the chat while I bring up the giveaways. Okay, here we are. All right, so we have giveaways. Now, I have 2 media workshop tickets for my How to Gain $1 Million worth of free publicity workshop, which is coming up. And I'm going to give you some dates too for our future events. Anyone with questions, pop in the chat for Neni. And we've got the media workshop coming up 11 till 2 p.m. Queensland time, or 12 till 3 on November 4th. And for a ticket to that worth about $50, 47 plus booking fee, 12 till 3 Sydney time, 11 till 2 Queensland time. And the winner is Yuki. Congratulations, Yuki.
Fantastic, Yuki. You found something. That's great. In Paris. Thank you for joining from Paris.
Yes. Thank you for coming all the way from Paris. Yuki, please send me a private message in Facebook. Look me up on Facebook. It's the my main profile is